The planting season for the fifth largest exporter of wheat was last month in April, but farmers in Ukraine weren't planting wheat. Instead of farming, they were fighting for their very lives and the land that they farm. Ukraine's production accounts for 13% of the world's wheat supply. They are fighting against Russia, the world's #1 exporter of wheat, who, thanks to sanctions and internal food insecurity, has banned the export of wheat. Together, Russia and Ukraine account for as much as 38% of the world's wheat supply and even 80% of the world's cooking oils. Russia also happens to be a large supplier of liquid natural gas, a necessary component of nitrogen creation. Due to the energy cost spike, we now have a global nitrogen shortage. Awkwardly enough, Russia and Belarus are the world's largest exporters of potash when combined. Now, add the drama in from China's COVID zero-tolerance policy, and we have a phosphate shortage as well. What do nitrogen, potash, and phosphates have in common? Well, they are all key, irreplaceable ingredients in fertilizer. According to one study that spanned 362 seasons of crop production worldwide, 30 to 50% of crop yields come from fertilizers. Many farmers the world over will have significantly less or no fertilizer this year, driving down yields for all foodstuffs. We are going to have a famine. In Western economies, the impact will likely be simply higher food costs, and by simply higher, I mean 4 times the average cost of bread. But for places like Egypt, Turkey, and Bangladesh, the impact will be catastrophic. This is the same situation that helped kick off the Arab Spring. High food prices, that is. But much worse than prices, many will have to go without or significantly less. We are looking at mass starvation, especially in many poorer countries. This won't undo itself next year either. If we have learned anything about supply chains over the last few years, you can't stop and just restart them. This pressure and competition for calories is just going to exacerbate the de-globalization we see happening. Already, India has banned wheat exports as well. Coupled with the energy crisis that will also last into the foreseeable future, world food yields could drop by half, leaving hundreds of millions to starve over the next 20 years. The reaction to this will be severe, causing massive political upheaval and the hoarding of resources, like the before-mentioned fertilizer, and also pesticides. The further breakdown of world trade, AIDS, and deglobalization. This, coupled with the already collapsing populations of many countries around the world, will spell doom for them, at least as we know them. Obviously, the scenario I'm presenting here is the extreme, and while it will come to pass in some magnitude, it has some hope of the worst case of it being mitigated, especially by technology. 2 very promising ones are GMOs and facial recognition, believe it or not. We've gotten very good at gene editing and finding promising hybrids. That alone could double yields over the next few years. And facial recognition software can be used to monitor every single plant and determine if it needs more water or nutrients, and even cut what nutrients is needed. This could cut the inputs needed from fertilizers or pesticides by 80%, rather than just blanketing everything with everything. So 80% input reduction plus double crop yields could go a long way to fighting the coming famine. Of course, all of this is expensive and so may only be affordable in the first world, and especially so because computer chips en masse require globalization. What's up, guys? My name is Crunk, and I'm excited to introduce to you my brand new channel, No Man's Land Intel. Here, I'm going to try to provide you with comprehensive and yet concise geopolitical content with a slant towards history and economics. If that sounds interesting to you, please subscribe to my channel and peruse my videos. Be sure to like and comment on the ones that you especially like and enjoy.